Marital meltdown surprise. I walked through the door expecting the usual, maybe a silent house, maybe my husband glued to his laptop, but what I got was him in the kitchen, apron on, sweating bullets over lasagna that smelled more like charcoal than cheese. 2 plates set. 2 glasses. I stood there, trying to ignore the pit in my stomach, trying not to ask who the second plate was for. He looked up, startled, like he'd been caught mid-crime, and before I could even guess what was happening, the oven belched out a cloud of smoke and he cursed, yanking out the ruined dinner. As he fanned the smoke detector, I noticed something odd, a scrap of paper curling in the flames on the stovetop. I grabbed it just in time, but half the page was already blackened. My eyes caught the words, my name, my boss's name, and a line that made my knees buckle, last night meant everything. My husband lunged for the letter, stammering that it was nothing, just a joke, but the panic in his voice was all the confession I needed. I didn't know whether to scream, cry, or laugh at the absurdity of it all. Every detail of the past few weeks crashed into place, late-night texts, his sudden interest in my work schedule, the way he started wearing cologne again. The letter wasn't from me. My boss had been writing to my husband, and judging by the ashes, this wasn't the first. I felt sick. I demanded answers, but all he offered was a twisted sort of apology, something about being lonely, about how my job had taken over everything. He said he was trying to end it, that he'd invited my boss over to come clean, but the lasagna had ruined everything. I left the house that night, keys shaking in my hand, wondering how I'd missed it all. The worst part wasn't the betrayal, it was the relief. I'd spent so long pretending our marriage was perfect, terrified of what the truth would cost me, that when it all burned down, I felt free. The twist, I realized I was mourning a version of my life that never really existed, and for the first time in years, I could finally breathe.